Consider waking up at some point feeling a long time more youthful, bursting with power, and experiencing a renewed spark for your courting sounds too excellent to be true. Proper nicely put together to have your mind blown. What if I informed you that the name of the game to reclaiming your youngster's power and intimacy after 60 isn't observed in a pill bottle or doctor's workplace, however, for your neighborhood grocery shop for years we have got been fed the lie that growing old approach, accepting a gradual decline, dropping our zest for lifestyles, and pronouncing goodbye to ardor. However, these days that fantasy ends. I am Dr. Michael, a men's fitness professional with over 3 long time of reveling. I'm approximately to expose a groundbreaking discovery, remodeling the lives of heaps of seniors throughout the USUC. Hidden inside 5 not unusualist culmination lies a herbal energy so amazing it is assisting men of their 70s and past rediscovered the power, self-assurance, and closeness they notia had been lost all the time. Those are not unique superfoods or dietary supplements, they're normal culmination with extraordinary competencies to reinforce blood, go with the drift, ignite libido, and reignite the spark for your courting. However, this is the kicker. Maximum human beings have in any concept approximately their true potential in only some moments. I'll unveil precisely which culmination they may be, and the way to harness their agentifying properties, except as true with me what you are approximately to learn, ought to absolutely remodel how you revel in lifestyles after 60. Are you geared up to release the fountain of youngsters hiding for your fruit bowl? Let's get to the coronary heart of the difficulty. 5 effective culmination which could help human beings over 60 regain their intimacy and movement. Those are nature's type allies that feature in concord together, along with your frame now no longer miracle treatments, no medicines, no high-priced remedies, simply the secrets and techniques hiding in your fruit bowl. These days we are counting down 5 effective culmination which could supercharge your movement, restore your younger power, and reignite the spark for your courting. Because the list unfolds, you will be amazed. However, the primary fruit it is the only nobody ever expects. Are you geared up? Let's start with number music 5. Papaya. Papaya has a tropical aroma that is reassuring and sunny. The manner it melts for your mouth and its golden hue bring again recollections of carefree sunny days. Despite the fact that papaya is scrumptious, human beings over the age of 60 do not realize the name of the game, energy, it carries. If you are a guy seeking to recharge your power and enhance movement, that is one and all the maximum effective culmination. You could consume an ex-mate of mine, become very irritated, you become exhausted, all of the time had troubles dozing, and his intimacy with his spouse felt greater adore. It did with inside the beyond. He felt exhausted despite the fact that he walked each day and ate healthily. At that factor, we integrated papaya into his routine. He might blend a few Greek yogurt with a cup of papaya. First thing with inside the morning, he smiled and blushed while he lowered back some weeks later. Something had modified papaya is an ever-straight supply of nutrition, a nutrition C and nutrition E. It additionally carries powerful digestive and anti-inflammatory enzymes, which includes papain. The effect on movement and testosterone levels, mainly in older guys, is what really uniques papaya's side. It improves hormone law, blood vessel flexibility, and oxygen transport in a herbal manner. A surge of bodily power and more potent, longer-lasting erections are both supported through this internal increase. Moreover, it enables women reap a wholesome estrogen stability, which in flip improves blood movement in the pelvic location, alleviates dryness and pain, and boosts arousal. If you need to revel in intimacy without fear or exhaustion, papaya can assist. It helps your adrenal glands that are accountable for handling pressure in your frame. I really like papaya due to the fact it's so smooth to search out. In place of taking a tablet or a complement, you could truly eat a spoonful of this fruit. First aspect in the morning to revel in its internal blessings, restoring self-assurance and connection. In a diffused manner, it produces regular natural effects. Papaya is a diffused best friend to have accessible if you're seeking to ignite ardor in your relationships in addition to your butt. 11. Though it does not assure thrills, it generally produces something extra long-lasting, like warm temperature power and a longing to reconnect. Simply, while your idea of fruit could not get any higher, there is one that enables with hormone and coronary heart fitness complements. Sleep makes you experience lighter and makes you adore extra deeply. Let's communicate approximately cherries for intimacy enhancer. Cherries, the velvety purple color of the cherries, and the manner they beckon you to take it smooth, make for a heat and inviting bowl of cherries. Cherries have extra of an impact to your frame than simply their flavor. Ingesting them is an adventure, a pair I labored with, and my youngsters now of their overdue 60s were married for 40 years while unexpectedly their lives modified, disconnected from his frame, slow and secretly grieving the once convenient. Arthur the husband felt a feel of loss despite the fact that she didn't need to place any stress on him. His affected person and type spouse neglected their intimacy. They collaborated of their pursuit of a natural treatment. I suggested ingesting cherries. Studies has proven that cherries can enhance blood flow with the drift, reduce irritation and decorate libido, so the solution is sure. They ventured to attempt it, skeptical, however keen they got here, returned 2 months later, guffawing and displaying extra affection than earlier than now. I get it, cherry anthronins that are potent, antioxidants, mitigate inflammatory outcomes of the frame's arteries, increase nitric oxide manufacturing and generally enhance vascular fitness. Further to enhancing movement to the central apprehensive gadget, this additionally reaches parts of the frame which might be crucial for sensing and arousing. Sexual choice improved blood go with the drift to the penis. Manner older guys can get and preserve an erection longer and more potent, without resorting to synthetic capsules. Cherry studies has proven that it improves move to the pelvis, which in flip makes sexual intimacy greater, first class, fulfilling and pleasant for ladies. Nourishing the thoughts are cherries as well. Their herbal melatonin content material helps you get a higher night's sleep, which in flip improves your hormone stability, reduces pressure, and makes you greater emotionally open. Those are not simply bodily modifications. They may be the subtle components of an enduring bond. Cherries are precise. Due to the fact they may be tender, they don't provide you with a surprise, simply constant nourishment. They assist alter hormones, calm the apprehensive gadget, and restore concord to the frame and thoughts. This gentle recuperation is a present in a international, where stress and capsules are the norm. And my enjoy cherries have a manner of rekindling connection and preference to fixing troubles right now. In a few instances, all it takes to reawaken a feel of intimacy is for them to remind your frame of its competencies. Have you ever puzzled? I start this adventure without complicating my fitness ordinaire, after analyzing approximately those 4, effective culmination. This is the Alaf element. We're going to display you how to, without problems, sustainably and deliciously, those culmination into your regular existence. Good day. How approximately we start nowadays. 3. Pomegranate, the coronary heart's best friend and choice rekindler. Every now and then, nature hides its maximum effective items in plain sight. The pomegranate, with its wealthy ruby seeds, has been respected for hundreds of years as the image of energy, love, and existence itself. However, present-day technology now confirms what historical cultures instinctively knew: pomegranates are greater than only a midge. They may be a profound best friend for mood, intimacy, and hormonal stability. I recollect a pair, each of their early 70s, who felt like their spark had dimmed, now no longer simply bodily, however emotionally. They shared food, exercises, even laughter. However, intimacy felt like a reminiscence fading into the beyond. It is, while we added fresh pomegranate seeds into their day-by-day diet. Only a handful every morning would accompany amazed even me. Pomegranates are full of polyphenols, effective plant compounds that improve blood vessel flexibility and stimulate nitric oxide manufacturing. This increases blood flow now no longer simplest to crucial organs, like the coronary heart and mind. However, additionally, to the regions critical for bodily closeness, in contrast to short fixes or temporary answers. Pomegranates paintings gently, step by step, strengthening the frame's herbal rhythms. For guys, regular intake of pomegranate juice has been proven to help stronger, longer-lasting erections through enhancing vascular feature and decreasing arterial plaque buildup. For ladies, pomegranates assist boom pelvic blood flow, improve lubrication and stability estrogen levels, making intimacy now no longer simplest viable, fulfilling once more. However, possibly the maximum extremely good impact of pomegranates is what they do for the coronary heart, now no longer simply bodily, however emotionally. Studies monitor the pump, assist reduce pressure hormones like cortisol while selling the manufacturing of serotonin, the feel appropriate neurotransmitter. This creates a greater, comfortable, open, emotional country, making it simpler for couples to join, giggle, and rediscover their closeness without stress or anxiety. In the splendor of this fruit, it is easy to revel in. Scatter the dew-like seeds over your morning yogurt, combo them into a smoothie, or surely enjoy them with the aid of using the spoonful. Every chunk will become a quiet act of sound, a step towards feeling extra alive, extra related, and extra in tune with each your frame and your partner. Remind us that even after 60, lifestyles can nevertheless provide sweetness, ardor, and renewal. Now no longer as a distant reminiscence, however, as a gift. Facts second the kidney defensive cranberries I used to disregard cranberries, deliberating them as simply every other tart Thanksgiving side dish. I heard from seniors who felt robust, energetic, and near their companions, and whose tailies often protected. Cranberries, my viewpoint, progressively modified. Exploring the research, found out that cranberries are incredibly shielding of the kidneys and urinary gadget, which subtly have an effect on a senior's capability to hold intimacy, hold energy, and hold intimacy toxins. Increased flow deteriorates and infection vulnerable areas, whilst Ronell feature waned for guys. This consequences in dwindled erection, electricity, and patience as properly as reduced libido and sensitivity. Packed with materials that decrease infection, clean the urinary gadget, and hold blood vessel fitness, specifically around the pelvis. Cranberries paintings as herbal defenders, similarly to avoiding pain that is vital to provide unfastened blood glide, in which it's far maximum needed due to the fact healthful kidney feature continues perfect blood strain and nitric oxide ranges, which might be critical for sexual overall performance. Guys can expect more potent and extra regular erection. Cranberries assist ladies experience extra snug, much less indignant, and extra assured at some point of having sex. Permit couples to bond while not having to address ongoing pain with the aid of using, simply including cranberries to their eating regimen. I've found severe people enjoy comfort from diminishing sexual preference, ache at some point of intercourse, and recurrent urine troubles. Reducing pressure and ache strengthens bonds, which makes lifestyles after 60 definitely satisfying. This fruit merits an area in your eats day, habitual whether or not it is a handful of dried cranberries delivered to a salad or an unsweetened splash of cranberry juice in the morning. Similarly to being good to your kidneys, it is also critical for retaining closeness, flow, and intellectual readability. But what if they're changed into a fruit that would help your frame regain its herbal energy with the aid of using boosting testosterone, igniting electricity, and supplying safety? The 0.33 fruit is exactly what we can investigate. Subsequent remaining range on our listing, the flow-boosting purple grapes. I used to suppose that the most effective manner to improve flow in aged oldsters changed into to use drugs. However, after seeing my aged sufferers and learning people who elderly nicely, I made a truthful but widespread discovery: crimson grapes. Those are herbal substitutes which can be there in the front of our eyes now, no longer fancy dietary supplements, regardless of their modest look. Crimson grapes are a terrific source of effective antioxidant that promotes movement with inside the growing older frame. Your coronary, heart, mind, muscle mass, and even your intimate regions can acquire oxygen. Wealthy blood way to its potential to loosen up and make bigger blood vessels. Crimson grapes are unique due to the fact they can repair blood flow to the decreased frame that's in which growing older often reduces it to begin with. Bloodless toes, a diminished reaction at some stage in intimacy, or increased weariness are regularly occurring as human beings age. Power, choice, and connectedness are all suppressed via way of means of limited blood flow. Crimson grapes assist deliver that freedom returned. This fruit has the strength to extricate older men, due to the fact resveratrol will increase nitric oxide. That's crucial for sustaining healthful erections each day. Ingestion of crimson grapes has proven encouraging upgrades in erectile characteristic. Grapes provide those blessings. Organically, subtly, and without aspect results in evaluation to pharmaceutical pills. Crimson grapes assist women's pelvic movement and vascular sensitivity, which are often impacted via way of means of age. Intimacy outcomes: a more warm temperature, consolation, and a deeper emotional bond. The intention is to repair each the enjoy and the functionality. What is great is how something as common as a bowl of grapes returned what many human beings' idea was misplaced for all time. Astonished via way of means of how such a minor adjustment rejuvenated a major element in their existence. Couples have come return to me. I continually discover it encouraging, because the solution is primarily based totally on good studies and practical choices. Rather than a miracle, there may be extra to discover, because the subsequent fruit isn't handiest a defender of your circulatory machine, but additionally a staunch defender of your kidneys, and an invisible defender of your private nicely being. Are you organized to learn extra? Your persevered engagement with this textual content shows what you are organized for. A extrade. Perhaps you have observed you are now no longer as lively as you as soon as have been, or perhaps you are ill of listening to that. It is every day to sense this manner as you get older. That but isn't absolutely accurate. Your frame continues to be longing to respond and get better at maximum. Absolutely can with the proper type of meals. It's the thing. I love approximately this method. We're now no longer going to speak. Approximately loopy regimens, pricey dietary supplements are impossible. Responsibilities, our most important attention is on fruit pure, unprocessed fruit that your frame can locate and react to in a diffused but regular manner sense. Loose to start with something modest, without a doubt out of the end result. We have got pointed out. I think you have to pick out the only that speaks to you. The maximum, possibly it is a handful of juicy crimson grapes as a day snack. Handful of dried cranberries combined into your morning oatmeal or salad. A slice of sparkling papaya for breakfast, or a couple of cherries as a midnight treat. There's no want to hurry, whatever there may be. Additionally, no incorrect manner to start. Be consistent. That's what topics select. Existence flow in connection with the aid of using continuously sending a message on your frame each day is going on. You could experience a number of subtle adjustments, consisting of softer arms and feet, much less intellectual fog, greater restful sleep, and perhaps even a rekindled enthusiasm. Right here are the symptoms and symptoms. Subtle symptoms and symptoms that suggest I'm nevertheless right here running with seniors throughout the USA. Some other precious lesson there may be always time, ladies rediscovering consolation in their bodies and feeling lovely. Guys of their 70s reuniting with partners after years of separation. Now no longer due to the fact they have grew to become again the clock, however due to the fact they may be nurturing the existence they have. So, take a step again in appearance at your pantry fruit bowl or upcoming grocery listing with a brand new perspective nowadays. Fruit is greater than simply meals. It's far a useful resource, a present of recuperation, and a catalyst for that is the day that you ought to begin. You ought to do it now. No longer due to the fact it's far required of you, however due to the fact you've got God earned the proper to enjoy extra pleasure, power, strength, and connection than you ever imagined feasible. The stairs had been taught to you. You are aware about what is feasible. You're in your personal now. I will be right here to guide you each step of the manner. Allow me inform you that is most effective. The starting much less. Power much less, contact much less, connection. We might also additionally, unconsciously start to receive it at instances we do not necessarily select to age on this manner, however it simply appears to be the manner matters, or as a fellow individual 11, there may be greater to return back, you are nevertheless younger enough. Plus, your bodily self continues to be with you. The culmination we have got blanketed might also additionally now no longer appear to be an awful lot, however they stand for something an awful lot larger. You may suppose of them as a everyday invitation to unlock your frame's complete capacity, helping in the recuperation of now no longer most effective blood flow. However, additionally self-assurance, closeness, and power. Consider all of the matters your frame has been via years of labor. Nights spent stressful, approximately a family, barriers, joys, sorrows, successes, and fails. Your coronary heart has been a pulsating pressure at some point of your robust, lively, and absolutely gift. To the fact blood has flowed via your frame, and now which you have the liberty to enjoy the matters that in reality be counted time with cherished ones. Best of existence, you ought experience cared for now. No longer constrained. The mixture of purple grapes, cranberries, papaya, and cherries is not going to cure whatever. However, it's far quietly converting the sport with the aid of combining nourishment with knowledge. They're capable of get right of entry. Two areas that remedy often misses: the emotional reminiscence of preference and longing, in addition to the small vessels and hormonal pathways. My desire is which you benefit greater than only a listing of factors to purchase the notion that it's by no means too late to experience, higher to maintain arms and experience warm temperature, to awaken renewed and hopeful, and to look a spark which you concept had dwindled, however by no means sincerely disappeared in yourself or your accomplice is something. Desire you include the danger too, like greater profoundly admire, greater completely and understand what actually subjects is. Something that we get as we age. So it is now no longer all terrible. While blood flows freely and your frame feels nourished, your heart opens as much as the whole lot. Preserve this in mind if day after today all you do is devour a bowl of cherries or deliver a few crimson grapes on a stroll. You are nonetheless, you make a decision, an intentional existence, desire that prioritizes looking after one's frame now, no longer due to the fact it is damaged, however due to the fact it is successful of a lot greater relaxation, confident that is just the start. A sparkling journey is about to start, a course that can lead to rekindled ardor, mended relationships, or even the opportunity of uncovering your actual identification buried below the years you have spent your entire existence assisting different humans. Now it is your turn to be okay with yourself. Through taking care of yourself, love and happiness are yours to have. Furthermore, this journey does now no longer start with a prescription. That's the greatest component. All it takes is a little fruit and the willpower to think. That higher instances can be at the horizon. We are hoping those realizations will motivate you to stay your existence to the fullest. Please get in contact with me quickly. Pause for concept, after which percentage. Something you have found out which you intend to put into exercise. Let's stand through one another as we include those realities. Please supply this video a thumbs up in case you found it useful. Suggest with a 0 if it does. Now no longer we substantially admire. Comments to look greater. Motion pictures like this. Enroll in our YouTube channel and hit that like button. Fitness 2025. The records on this video is for academic functions, simplest compiled from OpenRia sets, and does now no longer substitute scientific recommendation. Please seek advice from your physician for any fitness-related concerns. After subscribing, allow us to recognize where you are looking from and remember to switch on notifications. We would be glad to get to recognize you.